Dear student, welcome to our today's practical. It's number 21. To observe and study the effect of pyrogen in rabbits. That is a testing for the pyrogen IP. So what we are going to see in this experiment? In this experiment, we are going to see what are the pyrogens, how does they produce its action, as well as we are going to see in what manner in laboratory or in industry the pyrogen testing is to be conducted. So let's start with MSBT-CD. The aim of experiment is test for the pyrogens. So for that purpose, the objectives of today's experiment are to understand that parental solutions are subject of official test for presence of pyrogen. That is one of the very most important thing that whatever we are preparing parental solutions, all these parental solution should be gate free from pyrogens. Then how will you judge? How will you check whether that pyrogens are present or not? So for that purpose, we need to follow some official test which is given in official book like an Indian Pharmacopoeia or United States Pharmacopoeia, British Pharmacopoeia. So as per their procedure, we need to follow the procedure for checking presence of pyrogen in any parental solution, as well as what are the different pharmacopoeial standards for the pyrogen testing that we are going to see. Third one is that fever response given by rabbit is official biological method used as a criteria for test for the presence of the pyrogen. Many of the things could be available for testing, but the official standard method that is in a biological method by which we are going to check the temperature difference in rabbits, and then we will going to conclude whether the parental solution is free from pyrogen or it is within a pyrogen. And definitely to handle all these things we need to develop some operating skills. So these are the objectives of our today's experiment. So for conducting our today's experiment we need some requirement. So here the animal, definitely animal is using is a rabbit. So for the rabbit there are few conditions like it has a weight not less than 1.5 kg, as well as individually in area of uniform temperature should be get developed, and most important thing is the rabbit are of either sex. So this is a requirement for the animal. Along with this, we need a material that is glassware, syringe, needles, water for injections, which is required for washing of these all glassware, syringe, needles. And they should be get sterilized with the help of physical methodology like hot air oven at 250 degrees Celsius for the 30 minutes. As well as we need some diluent solutions that should be get sterile, and initially it should be definitely free from pyrogen. Rabbit holder is needed to hold the rabbit for a specific manner. The area where we are going to conduct the experiment, that area should have a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius, as well as the preparation sample should be prepared in a such a manner. Dissolve the substance is being tested in diluted with in tested in or diluted with pyrogen free saline solution, and it warm up to a approximate 38.5 degrees Celsius before injection into the animals. So these are the some requirements, prerequisite conditions with which we are going to be perform our experiment. Then let's start with our today's experiment. The theory behind this. The first thing is pyrogens are high molecular weight lipopolysaccharide. This name indicates very important thing, lipopolysaccharide. So it indicates the its chemical nature. Lipo, that is lipoic nature. Poly, that is many. Saccharide, that is nothing but the carbohydrate or sugar moiety. So it is get made up of as a sugar moiety, or it is also having some components of the lipidic in nature. Because of this specific lipopolysaccharide nature, it may remain as it is for longer duration of time, even though it is not come in contact with the water. If we use a contaminated pyrogen contaminated water, and if it is get dried, then the droplets which are stuck at the wall of this glasswares where these pyrogens are get remain as it is. And again when some diluent, or again when some water for injection, water or any vehicle comes in contact with that particular droplet, again these pyrogens are get mixed or get dissolved with that particular vehicle, and because of that they remain longer duration of time in environment because of its dual characteristics, that is lipidic in nature as well as in a saccharide in nature. By considering this, it is necessary that the material which are we are going to use for testing of pyrogen, testing of the parental solution for the pyrogen, it should be totally washed and sterile with water for injection, and then going for the sterility test, and then we are going to conduct the test. Otherwise, there might be a possibility of contamination. So avoid this, it is necessary that we fulfill this. So this is a first, that is a lipopolysaccharide. If introduced into the body, it gives some specific symptom like a transient fever. The constituent of the outer membrane of the cell wall of the bacteria having pyrogenic activity. Such constituents are known as endotoxins. This is one of the very important thing. What do you mean by the endotoxins? Endotoxins, these are the heat stable toxins present in the intact bacterial cell, and these are lipopolysaccharide complex which are pyrogenic in nature. This is one of the very important thing. So these endotoxins, because of this endotoxicity, there might be a possibility of then a pyrexia, and this pyrogenic activity having all bacteria are having such activity. So so because of this, it is a must that all the materials should be get free from pyrogen. Parental solution should be get free from the pyrogens. The injectable preparations must be free from pyrogens, and it is necessary that we should take care of that. This material should not be get contaminated with this injectable solution while manufacturing. And the methods used to taste the product are, and the methods also available for the testing of these end products. It's necessary that check whether they are free from pyrogens or not. So while conducting the pyrogen test, it is necessary that we have to fulfill some conditions. We need to be follow some procedures as per the official guidelines, official book. The guidelines are like this. The pyrogen test is designed to measure the rise in temperature of the three rabbits, followed by the injection of the sample, IV injection of the sample. Then when we are going to inject the sample, it is necessary that we need to calculate some parameters. What are these calculations? The calculation is like that. The dose of the test sample should not be exceed 10 ml per kg. Initially, when we are defining the prerequisition requirement of the experiment, in that we had seen that at least there should be a 1.5 kg of an rabbit. So if it is a 1.5 kg of rabbit, then what could be the dose? That is given dose is 10 ml per kg. That is nothing but 10 ml. And for 5.5 kg, it is again 5 ml. That is nothing but it should be a 15 ml if we consider the rabbit is of a 1.5 kg. So it's in a 15 ml of the dose. That dose should be given intravenously, and while administering the dose, it is take care that it should be a within the period of 10 minutes. Then where we should administer this? It should be get administered in marginal ear vein of the rabbit. Now, what do you mean by the marginal? Marginal, that is in a edge of or border, that called as a marginal. It should be get injected in a marginal ear vein of the rabbit. The taste sample should be injected at 37 degrees Celsius with a difference of 2 degrees Celsius. The temperature is recorded regular interval of 30 minutes after injection. So these are the some condition. That is the first thing is the dose. Dose should be 10 ml per kg. Second thing, it should be administered within 10 minutes. Third one, where it is to be administered in marginal ear vein. Next one is that the sample is injected at a temperature of 37 degrees Celsius plus minus 2 degrees Celsius, and every 30 minutes we need to record the details. What is the temperature difference? So these are the some conditions that we have to fulfill. And As we have started this again with the help of this instrument, that instrument is called as 6 probe telethermometer. This is called as 6 probe telethermometer. So with the help of this 6 probe telethermometer, we are going to record the temperature difference in animals. So to record the accurate temperature differences, it is necessary some sensing device is to be used, and that sensing device is called as telethermometer or clinical thermometer. It is called as telethermometer or clinical thermometer. And the accuracy of this instrument is just 0.1 degrees Celsius temperature is also calculated in this instrument. That's why we are going to prefer for recording of temperature difference in animal. In this case, there are probes are available. These probes are get inserted into the rectum of the rabbit. In next video, we are going to see how actually it is to be conducted. The probes is get inserted into the rectum of the rabbit, and the same knob is get inserted into the instrument, and with the help of this probe and knob, we can record a specific temperature of specific animal. At a time here, as the name indicate here, it's a 6 probe. That is nothing but 6 probes are available. At a time, we can moderate, we can check the 6 animals at a time, the temperature difference of 6 animals. So 6 probe telethermometer is the instrument by which we can administer this specific condition. So this is what the instrument and how it is a sensitivity, all this thing we had seen. Now next one is that actual performance. Now let's see how this actual performance is to be conducted and what it should be done. So let's see, then we will going to discuss what is that.
You are already aware that injectable preparations must be free from pyrogen contamination. The test for pyrogen is designed to measure the rise in temperature in rabbit due to contaminated injectables. An apparatus, telethermometer, with 6 probes is used for the test. It consists of mains on-off switch, digital counter, rotating knob, 6 probes, and sockets for measurement of temperature. Calibration of telethermometer is a prerequisite. To check the test sample for pyrogen, always select 3 healthy rabbits of either sex. These animals must be previously conditioned and housed according to IP. Place the animals individually in rabbit holders. Now insert the temperature sensing probe into the rectum up to a depth of about 5 cm. Record the normal body temperature of each animal before the injection of test sample every 30 minutes for a span of at least 90 minutes. Do not use any rabbit showing body temperature higher than 39.8 degree and lower than 38 degrees centigrade. Now inject the test sample into the ear vein of the each rabbit. Here, water for injection is used. The volume of injection is not less than 0.5 ml per kg. Record the temperature of each rabbit at every half hour for 3 hours duration after the injection. You shall observe the rise in body temperature of all 3 individual rabbits is less than 0.6 degrees centigrade. This is indicative of the fact that the test sample is free from pyrogens.
In this video, we had seen that what are the different materials that we are going to use for the conduction of this experiment. So these are the some syringes. With the help of this syringe and needle, we are going to inject the saline preparation into the marginal air vein. Next one is that which instrument is used for conducting of this experiment, that is called a 6 probe telethermometer. And next one is that animal that we are going to use for this experiment, that is a rabbit. Then as we discussed earlier slide, that the probe is there, and with the help of the probe we are going to check the temperature difference. So this is a probe that is get inserted into the rectum of an animal, and then we are going to check the temperature difference for a particular animal. First we will check the normal temperature before administration of this saline solution, and comparable, then we are going to see the temperature difference after the injection of test solution. So that test solution is get injected in this marginal ear vein. This is a marginal ear vein. This in this marginal ear vein, it is get administered as per the condition like 10 ml per kg in 10 minutes at 37 degrees Celsius temperature difference. Is with these all conditions, we injected the solution into the rabbit, and then we measured the temperature difference of each animal with 30 minutes interval. And this study is enough on a near about 3 hour study that we have conducted. So this is what about the observation table. So you can complete this observation table. As per this observation table, we need to add the information about this initial temperature, body temperature after every 30 minutes, and what is the temperature difference between initial temperature and highest temperature that recorded duration of 3 hours. This is animal 1, animal 2, animal 3. So if you see the first time interval, that is a 38.2, 38.4, 38.3, in the same manner 38.2, 38.4, 38.3, that is the duration that we are going to discuss. Then that here to enter here in this 38.2, 38. Likewise we need to add it, as well as remaining all the points that we needed to add, that is nothing but here this temperature. So just complete this observation table, and then we will go for next most important discussion about the result, and after that we will come again to the conclusion. So what is this, what is this result that we called as interpretation of, that we called as interpretation of result. So what is the interpretation? Let's see. It is one of the very important thing that you need to be understand, and once you get understood this interpretation, you may write the same concept in hospital pharmacy. You can write same parameter in pharmaceutics too, because in both subject they have pyrogen study, pyrogen testing. So at the same time you can write all these things. So let's see what is this. If the sum of response of the group of 3 rabbits, initially as we had seen that we took 3 rabbits, so the sum of response of group of 3 rabbit does not exceed 1.4, whatever the temperature difference we have administered. So you can here check here. So this is one, we will take one example. Suppose rabbit 1 is there, its initial temperature is 38.2. After every 30 minutes we have recorded this temperature. So first 30 minutes is 38.2, 38.1, then at 19 minutes it's a 38.4, again 38.3, 38.2, 38.2. So if we see the formula, that is a difference between the highest temperature here in this column, if you see the highest temperature is 38.4 minus the initial temperature. So 38.4 minus 38.2, it's a difference is 0.2. In the same manner with rabbit 2 it's 0.3, and with rabbit 3 it's a 0.2. So if you see the sum of 3, what they have said, the sum of response of the group of 3 rabbit, the sum of response of the group of 3 rabbits is a 0.7. What they are given a condition, they have condition it should not be more than 1.4. And this is one of the very important, and if the response of any individual rabbit is less than 0.6, then the preparation being examined passes the test. Individual temperature difference should not be more than 0.6 and sum should not be more than 1.4. This is the condition. You can say like this. There, let's see one example here. If it is a rabbit one, it is 0.4. The rabbit 2 is a 0.6 and rabbit 5 it's a 0.5. 0.5, 0.6 and 0.5. So if you see the individual, it is not compiled. It is a passes because individuals, what they are saying, individually it should not be more than 0.6 degrees Celsius. So if you see it's a 0.4, suppose it is 0.5, 0.6 and 0.5. If you see the sum of all these three or 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. If you see the sum of this 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, sum of these, it is a 1.5. If you see the individual, it passes because it is less than 0.6. But if you see the sum, then its sum is a 1.5, which is crosses above 1.4, which is not passes. That's why they have given both condition, dual condition, sum as well as the individual response. The sum response should not be more than 1.4 and individual response should not be more than 0.6. If both the cases it is complied, then we can say that the test is passes as per the standard, as per the IP. This is the first. If it is not passes, just I told you like an example, the individual response is 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, means that one case, one condition they have not completed, fulfilled. So what if such condition is there? In this case, if the response of any rabbit is 0.6 or more, and if the sum of the response of the three rabbit is exceed 1.4, then continue the test by using another 5 rabbits. Another 5. Now again, we need to take 5 rabbits and need to conduct again same procedure. Administration of injectable at marginal air when and then check the temperature difference for the period of 30 minutes interval. And after this completion, then again we need to conclude like this. If not more than not more than 3 of 8 rabbits, total now rabbits are 8. That is here 5 rabbits are here and here are 3 rabbits are there. Initially there are 3 rabbits and after that we took 5 rabbits, so totally 8 rabbits there. From that 8 rabbit, if not more than 3 shows the individual response 0.6 or more, and if the sum of the response of the group of 8 rabbit does not exceed 3.7 degrees Celsius, then the preparation complies the test for the pyrogen. This is the most important thing. What? If not more than 3 means out of 8, 5 rabbits are having a temperature that are below the 0.6, and as well as the sum response of the 8 rabbit should not be more than 3.7, then it is to be considered that this is complies as per the standard. And why it is to be considered? Because individually in animal there might be a possibility there is a rise in temperature due to some harassment, due to some uneasy condition, or due to some any other reason. There might be a possibility. That's why the sum of the response is also to be get considered. So this is an observation table. With this observation table, we can conclude that this test is passes or does not passes. This is what about this observation table. Then let's come with the our manual observation table. So if we read this observation table, then we can say like this: the sum of difference, the sum of the difference in temperature, rabbit 1, rabbit 2, rabbit 3. By concluding this, therefore the sum of difference of the 3 rabbit is, how much is the sum of the 3 rabbit is? The sum of the difference of the 3 rabbit is 0.7. It is in a 0.7. As well as the temperature difference of the individual rabbit is, it is 0.2, 0.3 and 0.2. Therefore, by considering therefore, the given sample is passes. Sorry, the given sample is apyrogenic and passes the test for Pyrogen IP. Why it is passes the test? Because it's a pyrogenic and it fulfill the guideline. That's why it is in a conclusion. So this is what our conclusion. Last point is that what we had seen in our this experiment, like the telethermometer with 6 probe is used as an apparatus device for the recording of this responses, your responses, as well as the prerequisite for the test must be strictly adhere. This is one of the very important thing. Prerequisite for the test means initially we need to be calculate what is its normal temperature, whether its body temperature is normal or not. That is the thing. 1.5 kg weight should be there, either sex, all these things. These prerequisite test should be strictly followed. A preparation is said to have passed the test for pyrogen only if the sum of the response of the group of 3 rabbits is not exceed 1.4 and individual is, and the response of any individual rabbit should be less than 0. And should not be more than 0.6. It should be compulsory that it should be less than 0.6. And failure to obtain such type of with these 3 rabbits, then again we need to follow experiment with another 5 rabbits, and with respect to all 8 rabbits follow the condition. What is that? That not more than 3 rabbits of the 8 rabbit shows individual response 0.6, or the sum of response of the group of 8 rabbit does not exceed 3.7 degrees Celsius. And it is only then consider that the preparation is finally passes the test for pyrogen as per IP. So this is what about our today's experiment, that is pyrogen testing. So thanks for listening me. Thank you very much.